Fun and entertainment awaits you and the whole family at Buffalo Lanes near Dakota. Well, you are looking live here on mysdtalk.com. I'm TJ. It is Sisseton's quad angular. I believe that's the proper term. I do not have a program. They're still going to get me one, I hope. Sisseton and Milbank in the first match. There's a match to my right, which is Britton Hecla and Clark Willow Lake. And if I can get a program, I can tell you who's wrestling. We have just started the match. Thank you for joining us. And the best thing I might do is just eventually scoot over and grab a program myself. Sometimes we are forgotten. We are in the lighter weights, as you can see. Just in a little bit of trouble there. I'm trying to see who that is. Got a lot of junior high kids getting ready to step on the mat in these early stages. Single arm chicken wing trying to roll him over. And there's the pin. Of course, Milbank notoriously is known for their wrestling. Always have been. Trying to level this off for you folks. And there's Braden Steen for Sisseton. Braden Steen's been in the program for quite a while for Coach Metz. Steen locking them up. Not much happening right now. Steen kicks out away from the shoot. Steen trying to keep him down right now. Not in a position to turn him. Steen trying to keep weight on that back, trying to keep the leverage. Losing it a little bit here. Out of bounds we go. Got Johnny with me just temporarily. Good crowd tonight too. Wrestling always does bring out a pretty fair crowd. Steen trying to keep weight on that back, trying to keep the leverage. Losing it a little bit here. Wrestling fans are notoriously loyal and knowledgeable. They know exactly who's wrestling who and who's on top of their game. And yeah, there's no school, so the place will be locked up. Hey, if they happen to have programs, can you grab me one? Nope. Nope. Thank you. All right. Getting final instructions from Johnny. There's 2 points. for Steen. Yeah, for that program, yeah. Yep. So here we are. Steen's going to go down here to start period number 2. He also leads 2-0. Sisseton's only home match of the season is this quad. And of course, you know, Millbank with the notorious reputation of being just a fantastic wrestling program. Coach Metz for Sisseton has done a great job himself. Both teams look like they're fully squad. Clark Willow Lake looks fully squadded as well. Britain does not. I think they're only maybe half full of wrestlers. And Steen gets out of that. Gets a point for an escape. He leads 3-0 here. $1:15 here to go in second period. There'll probably be some exhibition matches somewhere along the line. Coach Metz, Coach Gray have done a bang-up job, to say the least, in rebuilding this program. It is rather excellent. And no, I don't have the shakes. I'm just trying to get this more level so you get a little bit better screen. For Clark Willow Lake, Katie Stephan. And for Britain, Levi Boyle. Steen leads 3-0 here at 113-pound weight class with 10 seconds left in the period. Steen's on top, putting weight, making sure his opponent don't slip away. Down to 2-1, end of the period. Braden Steen leads 3-0. His opponent chooses to go down. And Steen will try to wear him out and finish this off. Steen putting weight down, grabbing that back foot, trying to get him to roll, trying to get his opponent to roll over, get him rolled over on his back. Still pushing, all about weight and leverage here. Trying to reach in there for a cradle. His opponent from Millbank doing his best to get away. Oh, Steen wraps that arm behind him. A single wing. Steen, more weight again. His opponent just getting wore out right now. As long as he can keep his opponent from getting away, he's 1:06 from winning the match. Out of bounds they go. They'll go back to the center of the ring, of the mat. Steen's got exactly 1 minute left. He drives him back down to the mat. Now it's all about weight. Just keep your weight on him. Keep moving him a little bit. You don't want to get called for stalling. Little weight, little movement. Steen lets his opponent up. Right back down to the mat he goes. Did not get the escape. Steen still in control, as you can see. Trying to get him rolled over. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors tonight. It's hard to play ads in wrestling, but Buffalo Lanes here outside of Sisseton, Alive Roberts County, the great nonprofit organization. 3 Bean Coffee, as Steen wins 6. As Steen wins 3-0 on the 3 Bean Coffee wrestling scoreboard. We also like to thank Tri-State Building Center, Napa Auto of Sisseton, the Coteau Valley Federal Credit Union. They are an online institution now. No need to go to the big banks to bank online. A new debit card system, online banking. Pretty slick there at the Coteau Valley Federal Credit Union. I'd like to thank them for being sponsors. Dave Nelson, agent at the Nelson Insurance Agency. Multi-line agent, got a lot of good things going. Farmers, give him a call. He's a farm insurance agent as well, multi-line. See what he can do to save you some money on your premiums. Find him on Facebook. And right before this match, you saw Keenan Pekarski get his hand raised. He won by default. Nobody was in that class for Millbank. And there's a good pin right there for Mr. Christofferson. Dane Christofferson with a quick pin. He was up 7-0 before he got it. Siston leads 15-6, and that was at the 126 weight class. And I'm going to leave this up here as we go to the next one. And I believe you said Anthony Bennett at 132. I'm going to pull this out, and I'm going to go find a program so I can even be more efficient here. Well, lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, I have a program. So I can tell you what's going on. Yeah, 132, that is. Not even right. That is not Colby Lurkey. And according to the program, Siston has one senior right now wrestling varsity. That's Justin Brockle at 170. This is Anthony Benda at 132. This is junior varsity action, I believe. Nope, this is just I don't know where they got Benda at 132. And Colby Lurkey in the program, unless he's hurt. I don't think so. Benda is down 2-0 here, period 2. 1:21 left, and he's got Braden Miller, the freshman. A lot of movement here by both wrestlers. Miller got a hold, got his forearm under that chin, then he's got it wrapped around that other arm. And where the head goes, the body likes to go, and that's what Miller knows, if he can keep him down there and get him rolled over, but he couldn't do it. Good job by Benda to get out of that. Oops. I don't run camera much anymore. A little different for me here. Down to 33 seconds here in period number 2. Miller leads Benda 2-0. Of course, 2-0, not a lot of scoring. Basically, you're looking at one takedown is what that about amounts to. Nice turnout again. As I said, I'll try to get a shot of the crowd. Wrestling, in my opinion, is just a great sport. Wrestling fans are unbelievably knowledgeable. Unbelievably knowledgeable. Oh, we got a stop in action there. End of the second period. Still, if I'm understanding how they have the scoreboard here, still 2-0. Siston, I believe, leads 15-6 right now against Millbank. 2-0 Miller leads Benda here at 1:32. Wrestling fans are completely loyal. Their fans travel very, very well. Their fans are very knowledgeable about the opponent, not just their own kids. And they'll get loud. As you watch this, I'm going to see if I can pull out here a little bit. Benda trying to get out of that. You don't get this at a basketball game anymore. That is really a nice turnout. And I'm not even showing you my side, the near side here of the Ben Rifle Gymnasium. It's 2-0 still. Benda looking for his first points against Miller. Down to a $1:30 left here in the third period. And it's Anthony Benda. He's trying to get a reversal. He's trying to get him rolled over. Down to a minute left here in the third period. He's trying to hook the arm. You can see his left arm. He's trying to hook Miller. He's got him over. Lost it. He had it and lost it. Got that back leg. Now we got a time. We're going to stop it. And I do not know all of my wrestling lingo. So sometimes when you see a stoppage of action, I'm not quite sure why. But Miller will be on top. And in essence, I do know enough where he's going to try to ride Benda out. If Benda might be able to slip out of this. Benda's exhausted. The young man has worked very hard. And he's still down 2-0, under 30 seconds. Miller putting the weight on. Lost the head. He had the head and he lost it. But Benda just can't get away. Down to 15. Down to 15. Down to 7. 6. 3. 2. Can Benda get him? That's it. And if he would have had another 30 seconds, he may have done it. Big win for Millbank there. Millbank, coached by Jeremy Tossenson. His assistants are Jesse Krause, Josh Schminkel, Ryan Conrad, and Spencer Folk. Sisseton, of course, coached by Casey Metz, Eric Gray, Mr. Danny White, Eric Dahl, Darren Peterson are his assistants. Forfeit by Jose Chin at 138. Makes it 15-12, Sisseton with the lead. Alec Bean from Millbank at 145. Bean's a sophomore taking on Kalen Kirk of Sisseton. Kalen a junior. Long line of good athletes by the last name of Kirk that have gone through Sisseton High School. Good group of people as well. Casey Metz and assistant wrestling team. Actually, that's a wrestling club also. And they do a lot of work in the summer. They do a lot of training, not on school grounds, but off school grounds in the summer. They raise a lot of money so these kids can continue honing in their skills throughout the off season. A lot of training regiments, wrestling camps. He is really building a fine wrestling program here in Sisseton. And of course, Tossenson's done a wonderful job with this Millbank program. He's got great assistants. Jesse Krause is just an unbelievable athlete, great wrestler from Millbank. Schmekel and Conrad, kind of household names in that area as well. Both wrestlers going all over. No one giving up the advantage. We're down to 30 seconds here in the first period. 2-1. Bean leads Kirk. And I believe we're tied at 15. I'm trying to figure out how they got their scoreboards working. I think I've got it figured out. Just about done with this first period, down to 5. Bean leads 4-1. And that'll do it right before Kirk would have been pinned. Bean's going to choose to be up, I believe. And I think that might be the Bean. His father might be from the Veblen, South Dakota area. So Bean will be up. Kirk's going to try to get out and escape. Bean's going to throw him to the mat. Bean's trying to tuck that arm in so that shoulder will roll over. And just like that, he's almost got it there. Now it's a high bridge for Kirk to get out of it. Does he have enough energy? That's the question. Kirk doing his darndest to get his head lifted up, and no. Big win for Millbank as Bean pins Kirk here with 1:31 left in period 2. Millbank now takes the lead 21-15. And we quickly move along. Isaiah. Did I understand that right? Isaac Fisher at 152 for Millbank. They got him as the junior varsity. Sisseton shows open, but Isaiah Harrison is stepping in there, if I understand that right. Now, I would not be able to wrestle at 152. I don't quite make that weight. And Fisher's got the pin. Didn't take long. Victor victory for Millbank will make it 27-15 as we move into 160, which I believe that is an open for Siston. Jake Anderson will get the victory there. And we're going to move on here. I think 170. Should be an interesting match at 170. Justin Brocco for Siston, the senior, against Cole Doctor, the junior. Of course, Siston in their kind of that sand color, military sand khaki singlets. Millbank in their usual maroon. Two really good wrestlers going at it here. And Brocco's got the leg. He's trying to keep him in on the mat. Brocco shoots. Doctor gets away, but they're going to give Doctor 2 points. Brocco again rides him out. Brocco leads 2-0. Sorry about that. At 170, it's still 2-0. Brocco with the lead, down to 33 seconds here. And Doctor's doing a heck of a job of getting out of dodge, so to speak. Seems to be kind of his game plan right now. Brocco, in a way, is just holding on. Doctor trying to get to his feet. He does. Brocco's trying to lift that leg, and that seems to be his offensive game plan. He's trying to get the leg lifted to take Doctor down, and Doctor is really not cooperating. He's getting to the edge. And though that's got to be tiring for Doctor, you can see physically it's draining Brocco. And again, down to 13 seconds left in this first period. Officials timeout. Brockle trying to pull and drag and take down. Him going out. I got a little tangled up there. I wouldn't quite call it extracurricular. It's just two guys trying to untangle one another. Buck and a half left, period number 2. Brockle still leads 2-0. I don't know how you would classify Doctor. I think fairly good defense, really, and he seems to understand what Brockle wants to do. And he's making sure that doesn't happen. Out of bounds. Brockle shoots. So it's 3-0 Brockle. I know I'm not saying much this match. I'm trying to answer texts and people asking some questions. And so I try to keep the camera on so you can at least see what's going on. As Brockle leads 3-0. A minute and a half left here in the third period. Sista needs a win against Millbank here at this weight. They're down 33-15. They got up early, but some quick pins and some forfeits due to not making weight has hurt Sista. And I don't know if it's injury or not making weight. I shouldn't say that. I don't know what it is. But Brockle leads 3-0. I believe the last time I checked, Brockle was ranked in the state in Class B. So he's no slouch. He's an excellent wrestler, good football player, good fullback for Sista. Pretty good all-around athlete. You start getting up in this 170 and higher. Oh, now if this was wrestling, not wrestling, that'd almost be a pile driver. But you start getting up in this weight, these boys start to get tired. That's very physical work. Weight, just being weight on top of you. Three nothing, down to 10 seconds. Brockle trying to hang on. Doctor's going to get 2 on the takedown, but they're going to get him out of bounds. 2 seconds left. Doctor is down to Brockle. 3-2. And we'll see exactly what Brockel's going to do here. And he just went spread out on the floor. That was a smart move. No way that Doctor could do much there, and Brockel will win 3-2. Nice win for Siston. And we're moving on to 182. I've got Vincent Herberg, Vinny for Siston against, I believe that might be Taryn Mogard, the senior. So Herberg's a sophomore, comes from a long line of wrestlers. Mama up there in the stand, I can see her watching right now, watching with intent. She's screaming and hollering. She always does. Doesn't matter what. Herberg does a good job of getting up. He's down 2-1 quickly, though. Minute 19 left here in the first period. Herberg couldn't hold on. He had a double wing, almost had the rollover, and now we got a little problem here as Mogard gets back on top. He leads 4-1. Coach Casey Metz is yelling, "Get up." Coach Metz just looks around realizing the whole world heard him. And Herberg will get out. Good job by Herberg to fight his way and get out of bounds. Herberg trying to get out. Mogard is actually quite quick at this way, 182. He's pretty quick. I think that's been part of the problem with Herberg is Mogard is very quick. He can get from one side of Herberg to the other. Now, Vincent gets up. Get an escape. It's 4-2. Mogard quick again. Like I said, he just shoots immediately. Herberg did a good job of blocking that just by dropping his arms. Oh, we got a poke in the eye, I believe. Yep. Inadvertent poke in the eye. You can see Coach Metz giving his version of a word of encouragement to Herberg. And that's the end of the first period. 4-2. Mogard from Millbank leads Herberg from Siston. Out of bounds. Herberg trying to get that shoulder moved over. He's down 4-2, but in a real good position. Hooking that arm. He's trying to get it rolled over. Does he have the shoulders? Nope. Drug his face right into the mat. (5-2). I think they gave point to Mogard, or Mogard, I'm not sure why. And there's Vincent Herberg again. Vinny, as I call him. He's still, does he have the strength to get that shoulder rolled over? He's in a great position. He's down 5-2 with 40 seconds left in the second period. He obviously needs a pin or a near fall would be helpful as we're getting near the end of the period. Now Herberg's going to try to wrap up the body, trying to use a little leg action to help roll him over. If he does, he's in business. There, he's going to get him rolled. He's going to get him rolled over. He does. And he got it. Big win for Herberg and for Sisseton. Woohoo! Impressive. (33-24). Milbank still with the lead. And I missed who's wrestling for Milbank. We've got John Tolley at 195 for Siston. I think that might be Riley Folk. I have a hard time even understanding the wrestling programs, but I'm doing my best. Well, that was pretty exciting there for Herberg. Tolley just drives into his opponent. No score. Minute left here in the first period. Good move. Tolley's in a little bit of trouble now. Not in the kind of position he wants to be in. I believe that is Folk for Milbank. Tolley not in a very advantageous position. He's got that arm pinned behind him in a single wing. Now Folk is going to take that other shoulder. He's going to try to double it up and roll him over. Inertia takes over and momentum, and now Tolley's in big trouble. Can he bridge? No, he can't with 8 seconds left in the period. Big pin for the Bulldogs. Check something out here. Got some, might have some blood on the mat. That's Eric Gray, the great Eric Gray, Beaker, doing some sanitizing. I didn't realize he could clean. We're down to, we should be moving on. Milbank does lead 39-24. I think we're to the 220-pound weight. Josh Currents. It doesn't look like Milbank's sending anybody out. Yep, Currents will win by forfeit. Ben Nelson for Milbank at 285 against Caden Metz. Metz has a couple nice victories under his belt early in the wrestling season. They use 285, not heavyweight anymore. At least from what I understand. Both of these big, strong athletes just kind of pushing each other around. We're pretty lucky in reality if you enjoy wrestling. Living where we live, right on the interstate. Siston usually puts out some competitive boys, and Milbank's not too far down the road with such a great program. And even if you go one step further, you have two pretty nice Division I programs up and down the interstate at North Dakota State, just north of us, all of 90 miles, and then about the same distance to the south, you have SDSU. Pretty neat opportunities here. And of course, University of Minnesota always in the conversation as a top Division I program there in the Twin Cities. Metz gets the takedown. He's up 2-0 with 20 seconds left in the period. He's going to get the rollover. He got the arm hooked. Can he get the shoulder down? Can he get the weight on top? He's adjusted his weight perfectly. There's 9, 8, 7. He got it. Caden Metz with a big pin. And Siston gave Milbank all they wanted. Milbank will get the match victory, 39-36, but the Redmen had a couple forfeits, weight forfeits that they had to give up. Other than that, it was a very good wrestling match. Now, if I can figure out how to run ads, that's what we're going to do.
Napa Auto Parts First Call Auto in Sisseton is your senior Martin paint dealer. From the occasional touch-up to the complete paint job, Napa can match almost any color from any company. Ask around and you'll see why Napa Auto Parts in Sisseton is where the auto repair pros and the do-it-yourselfers go for auto parts. Napa is your Henniker snowplow and spreader dealer. Napa Auto Parts First Call Auto in Sisseton. Open Sundays for your convenience.
Napa know-how. Napa know-how.
Tri-State Building Center, Sisseton, your true value store. From start to finish, Tri-State Building Center has the tools and the supplies for professionals and for the weekend do-it-yourselfer. Follow them on Facebook and online for the latest updates and monthly specials. Tri-State Building Center, Sisseton, your true value store.
Welcome back here, MySD Talk. Welcome back here, mysdtalk.com, internet entertainment at its finest. Tomorrow on the 80s Cassette Rewind, looking at the hits this week in 1980. The Ayatollah of 80s rock and roll. We'll be spinning off some of those hits of the beginning part of the decade. Should be an interesting show. Should be a good time, as a matter of fact. A 80s Cassette Rewind on mysdtalk.com. So we got some exhibition here. And we're definitely going to show the exhibition. These young men work hard too. I don't always catch who's in the exhibitions. We're just going to let it go. Going to let you watch. Got some junior high kids, JV kids going at it. On the other side too, we have Millbank, some of their JV wrestling, some of the Clark Willow Lake JV kids. Like I said, good turnout here. Wrestling brings the people in. Got a close to a pin right here. You know, these officials get kind of a workout. They get their fair share up and down and moving around. They aren't too stationary either. So Sisseton gets the win there. Nice little exhibition match. Now that I think we got the ads figured out, at least I think we do. Key is I think. We will step away again, play some more ads here on mysdtalk.com. We love our high school wrestling. We're glad to be able to do it. We'll be back in just a minute.
Alive Roberts County continues to provide positive services for youth while working hard with area businesses to stop underage drinking before it starts. The Alive Youth Council interacts strongly with the community with their Random Acts of Kindness program and promotes community awareness to adults, reminding them to listen to what the youth have to say. Find them on Facebook to see what they are doing next. Alive Roberts County. End the trend.
How do we protect the things that mean so near and dear to us? Whether that be our home or our car. Let Dave Nelson from Nelson Insurance help you protect those assets. Nelson Insurance will be there for your other needs as well, whether it be your farm, your personal health, the prescription meds that come along with it, and even long-term care. He will be there to protect the needs of what you cherish the most, your family. Call Nelson Insurance today at 880-9745. Fun and entertainment awaits you and the whole family at Buffalo Lanes near Dakota Connection near Sisseton. Their state-of-the-art bowling alley enhances your enjoyment, plus the new Strikers Grill will fill up your frame. They have youth and adult leagues starting, with many bowling tournaments throughout the bowling season. Bring the kids for weekend bowling. It's also a great place to host birthday parties. Have the time of your life at Buffalo Lanes near Dakota Connection, Sisseton. mysdtalk.com, internet entertainment at its finest. It's Parents' Night. Kind of nice to see that. There's the senior Josh Currents. We always have to keep our families in mind. Boy, without moms and dads and that kind of support, it's just hard to handle it, to be in athletics. There's so much responsibility and so much involved. You know, and parents are great for athletics. You know, sometimes they get a little too overboard with their lust and wanting their lust for their kids' success. I say that in a good term. You read instances where it gets a little out of hand. But I think for the most part, parents are wonderful in the proper perspective. I had great parents, I can honestly tell you that. Really supportive, but not overbearing. They didn't ever embarrass me. Always cheered me on, so I was very appreciative of my parents, and I think most kids can say that about their mothers and fathers. And we're going to come back again. Going to take a little break, getting ready for our second match here. We'll come back with more wrestling here on mysdtalk.com. Oops. For years, the Coteau Valley Federal Credit Union has served people in and around Roberts County. With the type of award-winning service you'd expect, they are always people helping people. And they can help you with personal loans, auto loans, home mortgages, CD, savings accounts, and soon online banking and debit cards. They are the Coteau Valley Federal Credit Union located on the 4-lane in Sisseton, equal opportunity lender, member FDIC. Welcome back, mysdtalk.com. running a new system, so if it seems like I'm a little choppy, it's because I probably am. Got to work on some things. Technology is great, but it sure seems to move so fast it's hard to keep up with it. But we try here at MySD Talk. We try to provide as many quality programming and services as we can. We're always trying to develop things, but sometimes it takes a lot of time and effort and money, all that. And we appreciate all the fanfare that we get, all the support. We definitely are appreciative, and we're glad that we have such a great following of great people. Oh boy, the texts just keep coming in. Yeah, I know. I'm not a genius at this, but I enjoy watching wrestling. I enjoy the competition. These kids work hard to keep their weight, work hard to get prepared. Got a little downtime here before we get on to our next round of matches at 6:11 here. Britain has moved over to the mat here that you're seeing on your screen. They will be taking on Siston. This probably won't take very long. Britain has 4 or 5 wrestlers. Do not have a full squad. And we're starting. And at 106, that is Andrew Tolley, the sophomore. He'll get a win. Here comes Braden Steen. He will take on, let me get the right team here. This whole reading thing is tough. Mason, and we'll find out here. We're at 106. Or we should be at 113. That's Braden Steen. Mason Jones, the 8th grader, will take on Braden Steen, and we're ready to go here. Siston and Britain here in this second duel. Britain does not have a full complement of wrestlers. According to my program, they have 6 that will be competing. They have 2, 4, 6, 7 opens. Steen immediately getting the takedown. Britain, I remember a time here in the early 2000s, they had a pretty decent wrestling program, but as I talked to ex-athletic director of Siston, George Kelson, just this evening, we talked about how much further people have to travel. Wrestling programs are really hurting. It's tough to get these mats paid for, and these smaller schools just aren't putting the money into wrestling, so these a little bit bigger schools that can handle it, they're traveling a long ways. That's why you're seeing fewer and fewer duels and more tournaments on weekends. There's a pin by, oh, I'm sorry. That was the wrong whistle. There it is. Steen with the pin. But yeah, Siston, a lot of weekend wrestling matches, a ton of weekend wrestling matches, just so they can get some competition in. You don't see them do a lot of duels. They have one home meet, and this is it. And we always try to cover it every year. Keenan McCarskey's 2-0, and he hasn't touched an opponent. Now we'll move on. There's Dane Christofferson at 126, the junior. He will get the victory. (18, 19, 22, 23). It keeps going up. 24-0 Siston. Now we'll have a match here. I believe at 132. Levi Boyko, the freshman for Britain Hecla, will take on Anthony Benda at 132. After the 80s cassette rewind on the mysdtalk.com, on mysdtalk.com. Fridays at 9 a.m., 1 and 4 p.m. on the replay. Saturdays at noon, but on Fridays after the 9 a.m. mysdtalk.com, it's the outdoor show. Guys from the Pier area talking about hunting and fishing, talking about trends, talking about who's catching what and where. It's a very informative show with some real important people. It's the outdoor show following mysdtalk.com's 80s cassette rewind on Fridays. Benda and Boyko, Battle of the Bees, going at it. So Benda is down 2-0. Boyko's got the lead. Benda is stepping in for Colby Lurkey. Why Colby's not wrestling, I do not know. Benda's a junior varsity wrestler, but he's stepping in that 132 weight for Colby Lurkey. Benda getting a point on the escape. He's down 2-1 to Boyko. I can hear someone yelling. I got a parent somewhere. Not sure where he's coming from. Benda trying to get that shoulder weight and drive it into Boyko. 10 seconds left, and that is one of the Siston junior high wrestlers. He's telling the official when it's about 0, he's going to tap him on his shoulder when there's 10 seconds left and try to tap him when it's over, in case nobody hears the horn goes up. Benda's going to get the option. Coach Metz tells him, you go down. So it's 2-1 Boyko from Britain over Benda right now of Sisseton. And Benda trying to get out of dodge, so to speak. Trying to get to the edge. He does. Good job. Excellent job. Still 2-1 though, Boyko over Benda. $1:38 left here, period number 2. Siston leads 24-0 over Britton Hecla. Siston's some straight up wins and a lot of opens by Britton Hecla not filling weight classes. But Britton Hecla, I know, is trying to solve that. They have a fairly good youth program that they're building up right now. And so maybe not in the next couple of years, maybe down the road a little bit more. I think you're going to see some wrestling talent come out of the Britton area. Benda, he's going to roll himself out. Britton Hecla is coached by Pat Renner, kind of a household name over there. His assistant coach is Matt Muth. And yeah, Coach Renner, that's a name, if you've been around here long enough, you've heard it before. Benda crawls himself out of bounds. Boyko trying to hook that leg up and over. Now he's just trying to cradle it. If he can get Benda's head down enough to cradle, can't do it. He tried. Now Benda's more in a position of, if he knows how much time's left, he's under 30 seconds. If he can try to ride this out, get out of here. Unless Boyko makes some sort of error. And he did. Benda got his head up and slipped out, but he didn't get himself stood up. He leaned right into Boyko, and now he flipped it around and get the reversal. He did flip it around. And a good turn of events there for Sisseton and Benda. He now leads 3-2. That was the end of the period. We're going to go to period 3. There should be an interesting ending. Both teams Class B. Sisseton moving to Class B, I think it was last year. Benda's in pretty good position. He got that arm hooked around Boyko. Benda's holding on there. He's up 3-2 or under 30 seconds. And he's got that left arm hooked underneath Boyko, and he's just riding him out. Boyko's trying to get up, but Benda had the right forearm over his head, and Boyko couldn't get his head up, and where the head goes, the rest seems to follow. And the referee slowed it down here, and he talked to Benda about something. Benda's going to be up on this. He's going to ride Boyko down. Again, got that arm wrapped underneath him. Now he's going to push the head down. You see that with that right arm. He's going to push that head down and just smother it until he can try to roll him, which he's going to try to do here with 5 seconds. This will be a big win for Benda. He's holding on. He got it. Victory for Sisseton and Benda. Anthony Benda with the win. That was Levi Boyko and Anthony Benda. Down to 145. Or 138. Isaiah Harrison against Chase Munt. And we are at 145. Sisseton leads 27-0. Munt and Harrison. Harrison, a junior varsity wrestler stepping in. And this is something with Coach Metz. Guys can't go. Guys are hurt. Those JV guys, they got to step up. They got to come in at any time. You got to be ready. Coach Metz expects that from them. Whoops. Harrison. Referee's going to stop it. Going to make him get up. Going to give him a T, more or less. Going to give a point to Munt. I think he got his face smashed into that mat. Harrison's doing a good job of, he's got Munt's right leg, kind of wrapped it around. Hard time for Munt to get his knees underneath him because of it. Munt trying to kick out. And out of time. Great job there by, really a good job by Harrison. And now it's tied up. Harrison's going to get a point on something illegal happened. Munt did something that'll give Harrison a point. And we're tied at 2 going into period number 3. Munt will be put up. Should be an interesting final 2 minutes here. Munt got the legs wrapped up. Trying to get Harrison's right shoulder to roll. If Harrison can stay in that position, he'll be at least go to an extra period. Referee's going to stop it. Going to get everybody back up. So Munt will stay up. Harrison's going to have to try to get out of it. And Munt's just going to drive that shoulder into the mat. He's going to try to roll him over. Munt's trying to pull the weight back, hook the leg where Harrison just can't get his leverage back. It's all about taking away leverage. Tied at 2, down to 33 seconds here in the third period. Interesting contest. Harrison trying to get to his feet, get driven back out of the ring, off the mat, out of that circle, I should say. .14 seconds left here, tied at 2. Britain down 27-0, looking for their first points of this matchup with Siston. Munt's got the right leg. Drive Harrison over on his back. Harrison knows exactly what he's trying to do. And we're tied at 2. So we're in overtime. Another 2 minutes. Munt will get a takedown. Harrison's gonna have to motivate here and get going. Munt leads Harrison 4-2. That's Britton Heckler over Siston in this 145 class in extra period. They tied after 3 periods at 2, and Munt gets a quick takedown in the extra session. I mean, a technical on Munt. That'll give Siston a point. That'll give Harrison a point. It's 4-3 with a $1:25 left. Harrison trying to stand up, and he does. He reversed it. Good job by Harrison. He exploded up. He now leads 5-4 with $1.10 left here in the extra session. Both men out of bounds, off the circle. Coach Gray just put his face up against the wall. He didn't want to see that. There's Coach Danny White on the side there. Assistant coaching staff. That's Coach Danny White, left center, shouting instructions. Head coach Casey Metz has to be pretty happy with those junior varsity wrestlers he's put in today. They've wrestled fairly well, but it's 6-5. Munt getting up gave him a escape. And now it's up to Harrison. He's got to try to get a near fall as the clock is ticking away down to 35 seconds. And Harrison's trying to roll him over. He could not finish it. And Munt will get 2 on the reverse, and that should pretty much do it with 5 seconds. Munt leads Harrison 8-5. And that's it. So Britton Heckler gets their first points as Chase Munt, the freshman, defeats Isaiah Harrison 8-5. Kalen Kirk at 152 will get the win. Britton has nobody at that weight class. At 160, I believe we're at 160 now. That should be Brandon Gerke for, oops, nope, that's Clark Willow Lake. There we are. At 160, that's Ben Boyko, the senior. And I believe Justin Brockle for Sisseton. It's amazing. There's more people here for this wrestling match than there are for basketball. Brockle against Boyko, two seniors at the 170-pound mark. Both guys trying to stay low. Nobody really getting a shoot in. Nobody's taking too much of a move. It'll happen. Brockle and Boyko. Oops. Still answering texts here. Out of bounds we go. No score. 13 seconds left in the first period. Boyko of Britain versus Brockle of Siston. It's the end of the first period. No score between these two at 170. Two seniors going at it. Siston leads 33-3. I believe this is the last weight that Britain Hecla has left. They do not have anybody from 182, 195, 220, or 285. Brockle's in a position right now. He's going to probably wear down Boyko a tad. He's trying to get that right arm pinned behind him. Of course, Boyko's going to stick that left arm out to keep from getting it winged. Chicken wing, medium spicy. Now Brockle's got that leg underneath. We're tying up the leg of Boyko. Boy, almost flipped him, almost got him, but great job by Brockle, as you can see, recovering before Boyko could get on his feet. And the referee's going to break that up and get him back to the middle. No score still, though. 45 seconds left here in period number 2. Brockle again got that left leg and the right arm tied up. Now he's got that right arm underneath Boyko's stomach. Boyko's got his arm stuck underneath him, taking the right arm, trying to pull it through his left to flip him over, and he almost did it. And that's the end of the second period. No score. You would think Brockle would be ahead for as much as he's had Boyko on his stomach, rolling him around. He's not been able to gain any points on him. Three nothing. Brockle with the lead down to a minute 5, and really, if you're Brockle, that might be all you need. He's really wrestled well. I shouldn't say played. He's wrestled very well, very intelligently. Very good athlete all the way around for Sisseton High School. Job from Boyko. Boyko quickly getting on his feet before Brockle could get the head down and possibly cradle him up. mysdtalk.com. It's wrestling here on the campus of Sisseton High School. It's a quad angular. You have Sisseton here with Britton Hecla. On the other mat, you have Clark Willow Lake and the Millbank Bulldogs. Down to 15, 14. Boyko's trying to shoot, but he just can't. He's spent most of his energy playing defense in this match. Brockle still has good legs underneath him, and there it is. No. There it is right now. Sisseton wins 3-0. Boyko loses to Brockle. It's 36-3, and now it's fairly academic as Vincent Herberg will get the victory. Britton Hecla has nobody there in the weight of 182. John Tolley at 195 should get the next one. Josh Kearns will be after him at 220 with a victory. And finally, Cade Metz at 285. And so Sisseton will get that victory 60-3 over Britton Hecla Braves. I'm going to take a commercial break if I remember how to do this. We'll come back with more wrestling, the final matches here on mysdtalk.com.
Alive Roberts County continues to provide positive services for youth while working hard with area businesses to stop underage drinking before it starts. The Alive Youth Council interacts strongly with the community with their Random Acts of Kindness program and promotes community awareness to adults, reminding them to listen to what the youth have to say. Find them on Facebook to see what they are doing next. Alive Roberts County. End the trend.
Tri-State Building Center, Sisseton, your true value store. From start to finish, Tri-State Building Center has the tools and the supplies for professionals and for the weekend do-it-yourselfer. Follow them on Facebook and online for the latest updates and monthly specials. Tri-State Building Center, Sisseton, your true value store. Napa Auto Parts First Call Auto in Sisseton is your senior Martin paint dealer. From the occasional touch-up to the complete paint job, Napa can match almost any color from any company. Ask around and you'll see why Napa Auto Parts in Sisseton is where the auto repair pros and the do-it-yourselfers go for auto parts. Napa is your Henniker snowplow and spreader dealer. Napa Auto Parts First Call Auto in Sisseton. Open Sundays for your convenience.
Never know how, never know how.
For 50 years, the Coteau Valley Federal Credit Union has served people in and around Roberts County. With the type of award-winning service you'd expect, they are always people helping people. And they can help you with personal loans, auto loans, home mortgages, CD, savings accounts, and soon online banking and debit cards. They are the Coteau Valley Federal Credit Union located on the 4-lane in Sisseton, equal opportunity lender, member FDIC. Fun and entertainment awaits you and the whole family at Buffalo Lanes near Dakota Connection near Sisseton. Their state-of-the-art bowling alley enhances your enjoyment, plus the new Strikers Grill will fill up your frame. They have youth and adult leagues starting, with many bowling tournaments throughout the bowling season. Bring the kids for weekend bowling. It's also a great place to host birthday parties. Have the time of your life at Buffalo Lanes near Dakota Connection, Sisseton. How do we protect the things that mean so near and dear to us? Whether that be our home or our car. Let Dave Nelson from Nelson Insurance help you protect those assets. Nelson Insurance will be there for your other needs as well, whether it be your farm, your personal health, the prescription meds that come along with it, and even long-term care. He will be there to protect the needs of what you cherish the most, your family. Call Nelson Insurance today at 880-9745. Welcome back, mysdtalk.com, internet entertainment at its finest. We got some exhibition matches going on there. That's what's great about wrestling too. You get those exhibition matches, and these young men, whether they're junior high or high school, they can get on and get some wrestling in, get some experience on the mat in competition, and the coaches can see a little as to what they can and cannot do, and it's great to see that. And again, we're waiting now, just going through some exhibition matches. Milbank insistent, as you see right there. I don't know, I can't quite pick up on who's wrestling. The exhibition matches do not always have announcements as to who's on the mat. But when Milbank finishes Clark Willow Lake here, when those two get done, then Sisseton will take on Clark Willow Lake for the final match of the evening. And you see the mat there, right smack dab in the middle. Sisseton leads this one 3-0. You know, and this is an exhibition match, but I want to quick kind of pan out and move over here. Look at those coaches right over here. It's hard to see with that darn backboard. Got legendary Hall of Fame coach Dean Lurkey there. Coach Peterson, Coach Dahl. There's Danny White right there. Just clapped his hands. This is an exhibition match, and these boys, these coaches are still coaching, still encouraging. And that is one of the great things about sports, especially high school wrestling. It's like a possible pin. And it is. And I was not a wrestler, but there has to be nothing more exciting than a young man getting a victory. Especially a pin. There must be nothing more exciting than that happening for a young athlete. We're just going to keep it right here. Now we're going to spin it over here, give you some bonus coverage. That's Milbank in their maroon, Clark Willow Lake, the Cyclones in green and black. And we'll just keep it right here for now. You're watching wrestling on mysdtalk.com. Take a look at the crowd here. I mean, seriously, this is a great turnout. And these parents and these fans travel. Siston, they're in the Sioux Falls area for wrestling tournaments. They go to Fargo. They're all over eastern South Dakota. It's rather amazing.
For building Terran Bogart. For Clark Little Lake, Lane Stromsmith. Elijah Frost receives a forfeit. Riley Folk receives a forfeit. And Ben Nelson receives a forfeit.
Can you hear me now, Johnny? Now we're getting ready for our third and final match here. Sisseton will take on Clark Willow Lake in just a few minutes. How am I sounding, buddy? And again, Coach Casey Metz has done an awful fine job with this program. Taking it over from a Hall of Fame coach like Dean Larkey, it's a lot of responsibility. And to Casey's credit, he's done just a wonderful job. I'm trying to get this level, if I can. We are in Sisseton. Everything shifts a little bit, so that's about as straight as that camera as I'll get it. How's that, Johnny? Is that better? Do I sound better? Sisseton going through their warm-ups. And wrestling's a little different than other sports. You can plainly see that. They'll wrestle amongst each other and they kind of stretch on their own. But it's all about getting limber and getting ready to go. That's the important part. That's Coach Eric Gray walking across your screen. Good-looking guy. I can add more if need be. I can add a lot more if need be. So Clark Willow Lake will get ready. They are to my right off screen. Clark Willow Lake, the Cyclones. They are coached by Ethan McElhone. They are coached by Ryan Larson. Assistant coaches are Chase Leto and Greg Marks. They do have, according to their roster they sent, they have 3 open spots at 126, 195, and 220. That is where they have some opens. Of course, we've seen Sisseton all night. They have an open too, which is really rare. But at 152 and 160, they have opens. But they have filled those in with junior varsity wrestlers who have actually done very well, been very competitive, which helps a lot, which helps Sisseton. And as I said, with Casey Metz's program, if someone's not ready to go, a JV guy will quickly be thrown up into that varsity spot, and he's expected to go out and give it his best. He's grown this wrestling program, really good numbers at the junior high, good varsity numbers, and an AAU program that keeps growing, a little kids program, some people call it. But it keeps growing and growing and growing, and Casey puts a lot of time into his wrestling, and he's also the head football coach, so he doesn't sleep much, constantly planning and preparing and making sure that these kids have the right facilities and the right guidance and the right teaching. Excuse me there. And again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Alive Roberts County, Napa Auto and Sisseton, Napa Know-How, Tri-State Building Center of Sisseton, David Nelson, agent of Nelson Insurance Agency, Buffalo Lanes, the new bowling alley in the Sisseton area. We'd also like to thank the Coteau Valley Federal Credit Union and Three Bean Coffee Company, as it's the Three Bean Coffee scoreboard. It's caramel salted dolce month. It's the latte of the month. Get that frappe, cold or hot. Plus breakfast sandwiches and muffins. Teas, hot teas, smoothies. And they keep pretty much anything you need for the coffee drinker and non-coffee drinker. That's the Three Bean Coffee Company on the 4-lane in Siston, right in front of Tri-State Building Center. I don't know much about Clark Willow Lake in terms of wrestling, but it should be an interesting contest. They lost to Millbank. Sisseton has given the Bulldogs their best run so far. Right now, that's the Clark Willow Lake boys to the right, captains. Shaking hands, going to go through this one more time. Merchandising is important. Everyone's merchandising. I've noticed that. Everyone merchandises. Siston has quite the merchandise. Some really nice clothes here. Now, if you're a Britain fan, you might not want to buy any, but other people might. And we're getting ready to rock and roll. I see you too, Connie. We're getting ready here, 106. Gage Burke, the 7th grader at 106, will take on Andrew Tolley, and we're ready to go. The lighter weights got a little bit more quicker movement, a little more moving around. And this is it. Millbank is done, Britton Hecla's done, so everyone's got their focus right here. And Tolley, Andrew quick at the rollover, loses it. Burke gets the reversal. Burke and Clark Willow Lake lead this 4-0 already. 30 seconds in the period number 1. Tomorrow night on mysdtalk.com, Johnny will be behind the mic, the golden voice, as we have basketball. Redfield Dolan comes to town in boys basketball. We have tip-off on our schedule about 7:30. Johnny will probably be on about 15 minutes before that. Tune in on mysdtalk.com tomorrow night. Boys basketball, Sisseton and Redfield Dolan. Burke just leaning right now. Trying to tie up that leg. Totally getting himself out of it. Nicely, he's going to get a couple points out of that. Excuse me. Now Burke will flip himself around. But Tolley now has a 6-4 lead. Down to 20 seconds here in the first period. A lot of energy spent so far in period number 1. Down to 3, 2, 1. Tolley leads Burke. Andrew Tolley, a sophomore. Gage Burke, the 7th grader. Tolley leads 6-4 on the Three Bean Coffee scoreboard. Now we get in that second period where you start to grind it out a little bit. Got your opponent down, you start leaning into him, trying to take that oxygen away, just wear him out as you try to roll him over and hook a leg. Burke will get himself up, gets a point, 6-5. .50 seconds left, period number 1. Burke with the shoot. Tried to shoot at him, and this time he gets him down. Totally got his feet out. But to give Burke some credit, he kept driving into him until he hooked the leg. And there's some cheerleaders. Clarkville Lake has cheerleaders. You used to see that a lot in wrestling. You just don't see that anymore either, the old cheerleaders. As Burke. Half Nelson, trying to get the half Nelson with the right hand. Got the left leg with his other hand. Trying to get him to roll over. Didn't work. And that's the end of period number 2. But Burke, who fell behind, gets the lead back. He leads 7-6 going into period 3. Two pretty evenly in the match wrestlers. Gage Burke's just a 7th grader for the Cyclones. Burke pretty well as a technical wrestler, is doing well. Burke trying to roll over his opponent. Tully's not going to let that happen too easily. Tully trying to get out. He just can't get his arm free. And then just as he tries to kick out, Burke will try to hook the leg for a cradle. Down to 42 seconds left. Burke leads Tully by 1. Tully just can't get that right arm free. If he can get that right arm underneath him, he might be able to get his hips underneath him. He just can't do it. This is great technical work by Burke. And lo and behold, Tully gets up. He'll get 1 on the escape. It's tied at 7 with 16 seconds. Someone's going to have to take a gamble, perhaps. Out of bounds. Out of the circle they will, off the mat technically. 8 seconds, tied at 7. Pretty good match here at weight 106. Tully trying to stick that leg out. End of the period, we'll go to an extra session. One minute on this extra session. We're already down to 45 seconds. And Tully tried to shoot and missed. Burke did a good job of reversing that. He'll get 2 points with 21 seconds left. And Tully pretty upset with himself. He took the gamble, didn't make it pay. And that's it. So Clark Willow Lake will take a 3-0 lead. We'll go to 113. Sisseton will bring out the sophomore Brayman Steen. Clark Willow Lake will bring out Lucas Cannongeiter. That's Cannongeiter, the 7th grader, against Steen, the sophomore. First time Sisseton's been down this early in any of these matches. They took a quick lead on Millbank before they lost it. Steen will get 2 on that. And he's going to ride. Cannongeiter making sure the arm gets stuck out so he doesn't get it pinned. But Steen working the right arm, trying to tuck it in and then through to tuck the shoulder in and roll him. Pretty good defense by Cannongeiter, the 7th grader, to stay out of that. Steen's going to try to go the other side. He got him over. Can he keep enough weight on him? He does. Steen with the pin. Sisseton leads 6-3 as we go to 120. Keenan Pekarski, he's not had a chance to wrestle tonight. Nobody's been in his spot. The sophomore will take on Schuler McElhone. So Pekarski, this is the first chance he's had to wrestle tonight. It was open in Millbank's slot and Britton's slot, so he hasn't wrestled yet. He's won by 2 defaults or forfeits. And he quickly shoots, gets 2. 15 seconds into period number 1. 2-0. Sisseton leads 6-3 on the 3 Bean Coffee scoreboard. Pekarski got that half Nelson. Got some roll around. Good move by Pekarski. Can he keep the weight on him? And he does. Big pin for Pekarski and 6 more points for the Redmen. Sisseton leads 12-3. Dane Christofferson at 126 will step on the mat for Sisseton. Hayes Steffens, the junior varsity wrestler, will step into that open slot that Clark Willow Lake had. He'll take on a very dangerous and rated Shane Christofferson. And Christofferson quickly moves in on Steffens. Hayes Steffens pinned him. 13 seconds, period number 1. Christofferson with a quick pin. Hayes has nothing to hang his head about. Christofferson's ranked fairly high in his weight class in Class B. And 132 is Josh Weisbrod for the Cyclones. I believe that's Anthony Benda at 132. That's the spot normally for Colby Lurkey. He's not dressed tonight. Anthony Benda will take his spot. And Benda's in a little bit of trouble. Benda, just about got pinned. He was in big trouble. Now he's in very big trouble if he can keep that. And Westbrook actually may have helped out Benda temporarily. Now he goes back to where he was, almost pulling the hair. And there's a pin. Westbrook, the junior, with a big victory. 6 more points. Assistant leads 18-9 on the 3 Bean Coffee scoreboard. Kaylin Kirk at 145 for Siston. Jess Carber for Clark Willow Lake. Carber a senior. Kirk the junior. Each man has a leg. Carber is a little more successful. He's working his way up. Now he gets around and gets behind him. Putting some weight there on Kirk. Carver doing that on one leg. Kirk had one leg tucked underneath him. That's about all he had going for him until he could slide himself off the mat. Kirk will go down here with 1:02 here in the first period. Carver likes to work the leg. Kirk stands himself up. Will get a point on the escape and then fights off the single leg maneuver by Carver. Obviously, I think he's going to go back and do it again. This time he gets it. Gets around Kirk. .22 seconds left first period. Carver leads Kirk 4-1. Kirk trying to get his weight underneath him to stand up. Can't quite do it. Down to 5. 2, 1. That's the end of period number 1. Carver leads Kirk 4-1. Heading into period number 2, Kirk will have the option. Both men will go up. Carver again. Does a good job of riding that out till he can get around and get on top. Now he's trying to go for a cradle. He's trying to get the leg hooked. He's got it hooked. Can he get the hands together? Then Kirk's in trouble now. Got a near fall. 2 points for the near fall. 8-1, Carver ahead of Kirk. Kirk trying to ride this out. A little tired right now. Another near fall. Kirk bridging. Got it. Carver just needed to get the right amount of weight over those shoulders. And that closes the gap to 18-15. System by 3. Wyatt Burke will win by forfeit at 152. Clarkville Lake will now take a lead, 21-18. Brandon Gerke, the sophomore for Clarkville Lake, he will win by forfeit at 160. And now we move to 170 with Justin Brockle, the senior for Siston. Caleb Orris, the sophomore, will tangle with Brockle. Siston now down 27-18. They need some wins there. Time is running out. Now we do have on the program, Clarkville Lake have openings at 195 and 220. We'll see if they actually take junior varsity kids to fill those. Brockle doesn't quite have, got one leg free, one leg grabbed by Orris there. The official's going to blow that. Minute 15 left, period number 1. No score. Orris versus Brockle. Brockle, both guys get up. Orris trying to shoot. Brockle doing a good job of kicking out. Off the mat they go. Under a minute to go. Period number 1. Both coaches giving a lot of encouragement. Still no score, down to 32 seconds left here. Period number 1, Brockle now on the offensive a little bit. He can get him down, and he does. He'll get 2 on the takedown. 18 seconds left here of the first period. Orris gets up. He'll get a point for an escape. Eight seconds left, period number 1. That's Mason Gray standing behind the official, tapping him when it's down to 0. And there's the end of period number 1. Brockle leads Orris here, 2-1 on the 3 Bean Coffee scoreboard. Nice reversal there by Orris. He ties it up at 2. Tomorrow on the 80s Cassette Rewind on mysdtalk.com, looking at the hits this week of 1980. All the hits, not all the hits, but many of the hits of 1980. Maybe you'll learn a little bit about the origins and some of the backstories of these songs. Should be a lot of fun. At 9 o'clock tomorrow, replayed at 1 and 4 p.m. and Saturdays at noon. It's the 80s Cassette Rewind with the Ayatollah of the 80s Rock and Rolla on mysdtalk.com. Orris takes the lead on another escape. He leads 3-2 with a minute 20 here in period number 2. Coach Metz not real happy with that. They need a victory. Sisseton is down 27-18 to the Cyclones of Clark Willow Lake. And Brockle needs to get out of the spot he's in now. Orris trying to, not so much worried about pushing the head down right now. He's trying to hook the arm. Kind of a quiet gym, but it's going to erupt if Brockle can get out of this and make a move. You're going to hear the place go crazy. Brockle looking a little tired, under 30 seconds here left in the second period. Brockle needing a little bit of help. He needs to get out of this period, I think, right now. He looks exhausted. He's had a couple tough matches tonight. Orris kind of having his way with him. And now we're at the end of period 2. For all the struggles Brockle's had in period number 2, he's only down 3-2. And you wonder if he was conserving a little bit of energy for this last period. Orris very much been in command since early in the second period. Brockle just can't seem to escape anywhere. I'm not sure if Caleb Orris is ranked in the state or not, but boy, pretty solid sophomore Clark Willow Lake has at this 170-pound position. Now Brockle getting up, and Orris just puts the weight right back into him and brings him back down to the mat. Coach Metz not happy. Brockle trying to get off the mat, and he will do it. Orris helped him a little bit. Orris leads Brockle 3-2 with 55 seconds left here in the final period. And Brockle, if he can find any energy, needs to get it going here real quick. Brockle just can't get away. Down to 25 seconds. Brockle's down to 18 seconds. He needs to do something. He needs to find it somewhere. And Orris is just going to wrap him up and hold on. Now, if there's no movement, they'll blow the whistle. Down to 10, down to 9. 3, 2, and that's it. Brockle cannot muster up another point. And Orris will defeat Brockle. So Sisseton's now down 30-18, and we're at 182, where Vincent Herberg, the sophomore, will take on Lane Stromsness, the senior. Herberg's in a spot. He needs to get her done. Sisseton needs a victory out of him any way, shape, or form. Pinfall or by points. They'll take it. Clark Willow Lake leads 30-18. Sisseton started with the lower weights with no problem, took a huge lead, and it's gone nowhere. Herberg tried to lift. Now Stromson has tried to flip him. Tried to throw him over the hip. Great job there by Herberg. We thought we may have had a quick pinfall, but off the mat they're being called. Now Herberg's trying to kick the leg out, put the weight down. Keep Stromsness on that mat and just start to wear on him, which in that, a lot of that times in that, what I've noticed a lot in that heavier weight, that happens a lot. Good job by Herberg. Good job by Herberg to roll Stromsness. Herberg is going to hold on. He almost lost him. But he'll get 2. So he leads 2-0 with 44 seconds left. Period number 1. Stromsness is trying to slip out. Referee's making sure that's not a choke. I think it was close. Herberg. Kind of a front face lock almost. Herberg's trying to use his hips and legs this time to roll. He doesn't have a good grip of the arm of Stromsness, and Stromsness is making sure it's not going to happen. Herberg's up 4-0 now. And Stromsness will get a point on the reversal. 2 on the reverse, excuse me. Down to 5. And that's the end of period number 1. Herberg leads Stromsness 4-2 on the Three Bean Coffee scoreboard. Herberg starts the period down, tries to kick himself out, slides his feet out. Stromsness holds on. Herberg spent a lot of energy in that first period. Now he's in defense mode after spending most of period 1 on the offense. Stromson's trying to roll him. Kind of flip those shoulders over. Not much movement. If neither guy starts moving and making an attempt to either make a move or get out, the whistle will blow. Down to 53 seconds here, period number 2. Herberg leads Stromsness 4-2. Herberg trying to get outside of the ring, outside of the mat, and he'll do it very successfully. And Herberg trying to get out before the period. He's trying to escape, and he will. 2 on the reverse. And now he's got himself in a little bit of a pickle. He rolled a little too far and almost got pinned, but the period comes to an end. Stromsness will get 2 on that. Herberg will lead 6-4 going into period number 3. Should be a good ending. Herberg's just going to put the weight on now. He's going to wrap the legs around. Lean into Stromsness till he can maybe get him rolled over, unless Stromsness can get that leg untangled. He can't do it. Herberg's now going to try to hook that arm. Stromsness is going to try to spin him. Almost dead. Almost. He does. And we're tied at 6. Reversal by Stromsness. He got the leg freed and got his torso spun around and flipped Herberg around, and now Vincent, the sophomore, is in big trouble. Stromson's wrenching on that chin. Herberg's going to try to stand up. We're down to the minute mark of the third period, tied at 6 at 182. Coach Metz really trying to give encouragement. His voice, you can pick that up from anywhere. Stromsness is just trying to roll Herberg. And that may have been that was barely legal. Barely legal. Now the Clark coaching staff says you can roll him, you got him, and Stromsness couldn't do it. Very close. Herberg almost got the escape. Stromsness almost got Herberg in a pinning predicament. And that's the end of period number 3, tied at 6. They'll put a minute on the clock. I think it's who scores first wins. It'll be interesting. This is a big match for Siston. They need the points. They have not had any points since around 126. Herberg. Stromsness shoots, miss. Herberg trying to roll him around. He gets on top. Stromsness just about slipped out of it and pinned him. And Stromsness will get 2. Herberg just about had it. He shot and spun himself around. Got behind Stromsness for a takedown. Couldn't hold on. And Stromsness gets back on the reverse, and he'll get 2 in the match. What a good match. Stromsness defeats Herberg 8-6. 195. Tully will win by forfeit. We'll go to 220. Just Josh Currents. He'll win by forfeit. And it's going to be interesting here. It's 33-30. Clark-Willow Lake leads Sisseton. And there is nobody at the heavyweight. Tate Shape was actually down at the heavyweight position, 285. And he's not there. He did not come out. Caden Mintz will get the win by forfeit. And Sisseton will win the match 36-33. Wow. Wow. Pretty interesting there. So Sisseton will win 36-33. They also defeated Britton Hecla. And they lost a fairly close one to Millbank tonight. And the quad is over. Good wrestling tonight. So got see some great matches, some great athletes. For this wrestling team, no rest for the wicked. On Saturday, they're heading to Parkston for the Parkston tourney. And then the following Thursday, they have the Northeast Conference. And NEC will be in Groton Thursday, January 26th. So these boys, no rest for the wicked. Gymnastics for Sisseton, Watertown. That's where the girls will be at. The Watertown Invite, the gymnastics team, this Saturday. The following Tuesday, they'll be at Hendricks, Minnesota for a duel. Girls basketball. Monday, January 23rd at Waubay Summit. And then the following Friday, they are at Duel. So Monday, January 23rd, Waubay Summit. Friday, January 27th at Dual. Tomorrow night on mysdtalk.com, Redfield Dolan will travel up north to take on the Redmond boys in basketball. We will have that game. Johnny Sieber will be there for the call. Tip-off is scheduled for 7:30, but we've been seeing some of these closer to 7. But we'll stick with 7:30 for now. And then that be the case, Johnny Sieber will be on right around 7:15 with the pregame and the tip-off right after that. We'd like to thank again our sponsors. Really appreciate them. 3 Bean Coffee, Alive Roberts County, Tri-State Building Center, Dave Nelson, your insurance agent at the Nelson Insurance Agency, Napa of Sisseton, Coteau Valley Federal Credit Union, and the Buffalo Lanes. Last but not least, your newest bowling center right by Dakota Connection, right off the interstate in Sisseton. Thank you so much for everybody. Thank you for your time. I'm TJ. Johnny will be with you tomorrow night, everybody. Thank you for joining. Good night.